And we're away. It's another one, Kizza. Welcome back to the dungeon, the podcast dungeon. I'm so distracted.
I've rattled him.
We are recording from like a few minutes ago, and I nearly want to just keep it and play it at the start. I might, Kizza's just busting up Peter Andre circa 1997.
Little sign girl. Is that what it was?
Yes.
I forgot the lyrics and I was humming.
And they were
my darling.
And that couple, because Peter Andre and Jordan, they were the exact opposite. He was inverted and she was completely the other way. Yeah. He was concaved and she was convex.
He was concave. He hasn't had a carb since
Conchest.
Like the 80s.
yeah. Far out. I wonder, do you know what I was watching today, actually? There's a boxer called Prince Nassim.
Yeah.
And he was just
silky.
Super silky, very easily hateable.
Where did he go? Oh, boom.
He was unbelievable. Unbelievable. I was watching an interview with him today, and he was massive, like late 90s, untouchable. Like if you've never heard of him, go and have a watch of him on
Prince
YouTube.
Nazim, wasn't it?
Prince Nazim, yeah. You'll hate him. I guarantee you'll hate him, but you'll respect his skills.
Yeah.
Anyway, I saw an interview with him today, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that bloke drove my Uber today, actually.
He was flying for a while there, and then he did a few losses.
He was so tubby.
Yeah, right.
He was so, he was just running cabs through the city.
Did you watch? Did you see any Costa Zoo's son's fight the other night?
No, I didn't. How did he go?
He won. I think it was a unanimous. Or he won in like all the rounds, like 10 rounds or whatever. 12.
Is he
good?
good?
Yeah, he's good,
okay.
but he's just a kid still. They try and push it too quickly.
Yeah,
it's like, Costa Zoo's son, awesome.
No, because people can make money. People can make money.
Yeah,
out of him.
I know. But they'll go. I'll go to America and fight their best prospect, and then out cold first round.
Yeah, unbelievable. I'm so frothing for the fights this weekend, Kizza, for the UFC.
Yes, yeah. I'm pretty keen.
Nate Diaz returns.
Yeah, that family is amazing.
Mate, he is...
Loose.
Does he have all the CTE?
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Honestly, he doesn't give a fuck.
He lit up... I was watching a thing the other day how he the Stockton slap. And him just lighting up spliffs on the stage like a press conference.
Yes, yeah. Well, because that was like he got suspended for having weed and stuff in his system, and now the UFC's done a big deal with a CBD company and all this sort of stuff. And it's like, of course, because there's money to be made.
Shit,
yeah. But he's savage. Who have you got between him and Pettis?
Oh. It's hard. I think maybe Pettis, but like guys like the Diaz brothers, they just can take a flogging.
Yes.
And they just don't care and they don't stop. Yeah. And they're tough as fuck.
They're so tough.
There's fighters, but then if you get some fighters in positions or you rattle them a bit or you pressure them, they're done. Like you're on top and then you just belt the shit out of them. But you could take a sledgehammer to him and it's like, he's up. Oh, he's coming at me.
I think Pettis is going to light him up.
He's quick and...
I think it was 170?
Yeah. I don't know what that is in the kilo. But
yeah, so it's...
is that middle?
Like, it's probably...
Just on the one
probably like
middle?
75 kilos or something. I think Pettis is going to light him up.
I'm really looking forward to it. But who are the girls? There's 2 girls on the card, isn't there?
I don't promote that, mate.
I took a while to adjust to the girls' fight.
I can't watch them. I can't watch them.
Then... that sounds... I don't
They're
know.
so talented.
People will come at us in our DMs again, but it is like you see men have been fighting for centuries and televised and monetarized and that sort of thing, but it was weird at first to see the women fighting.
It's almost like an unnatural thing.
Yeah, because you don't see it often, but I've gotten proper used to it, and I look for that's Chris Cyborg. Holy shit!
Yeah.
And there's a couple of Polish fighters,
Christopher Cyborg.
Yeah. She is just she would fuck.
Didn't Dana release her though?
Probably.
Do you think he's released her because they had some issues, and then her team released something on her Instagram and blah blah blah.
But there's a heap of girls coming through, and it's
savages.
It's unbelievable.
What about Paige Van Zandt?
Oh boy. She's more than her looks, Kevin.
Is she?
She's a fighter and an athlete.
Is that why she was on Sports Illustrated?
Yeah.
Is she?
She's lost every fight she's been a part of, but she somehow keeps getting on
the
the card.
cover of the UFC.
What about her? No, just sitting back with Enrique.
I know. Jeez.
No, I'm pretty keen.
Yeah, I'm frothing on that. I'm frothing on DC and Stipe. I think Stipe's going to light him up too this time.
I think he's a bit old now. Oh no, he's not a DC. He's
40,
not old, but like
42.
Yeah, I think he's on the back end of everything.
Yeah.
You'll see that standard heavyweight thing where, like Chuck Liddell did it, Ortiz did it. Lesnar not really, but
leave Chuck out of this, mate.
Rampage and there's a whole bunch of them, but they're monsters and they're like most feared man ever. You know, you wouldn't. Yeah. It's just scary.
I think
and then they just keep the last 6 fights just knockout.
Yes.
Just give it away. Come on, let's give it away.
Yeah.
Definite CTE, 100% CTE.
I think Stipe, because I was actually today. I was flat out, mate. Obviously, I was watching some Stipe and DC replays like from their first fight.
Yeah.
And look, at the end of the day, like no punch is a lucky punch, I suppose, when you get to their level.
Yeah.
But they're in the clinch, and
that one when they break out and throw an uppercut.
Yeah. And he caught him, and he knocked Stipe out. But I genuinely do think Stipe's a better fighter.
Yeah. I was watching a fight the other day that was one of the most, not one-sided, but clearly, I forget his full name.
Was this you versus Gnomes?
It was. They call him Wonder Boy. I've blocked his name. Or
it's like a normal person's name, Tim.
Yeah, it's like Stephen Smith. He's batting for Australia right now.
Pettis flatlined him.
Yeah, but he was all over him. It was like, this is only going to matter of time before he's going to. He kept chipping away.
Yes,
and Pettis' nose was busted, blood, and then this guy didn't touch on him.
Then Superman punched him.
Yeah, off the cage.
Yes,
but he's also. That's one of the greatest UFC highlights. One of his fights ages ago where he ran along the cage.
Kick off the cage?
Amazing.
Unbelievable.
That was Pettis, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was Pettis.
That's one of the greatest highlights
ever. That's probably the greatest single like highlight in UFC.
That's like a Nintendo move. Like when you used to play Street Fighter or something, it's like, you just run along the cage and kick him.
As the kids say, I'm so crunk for this weekend.
I can't wait to little Bryson and Lola grow up and you say things like that and the eye roll that you're going to cop.
That's it. For those listening, that sound in the background in Kizza's chair moving backwards and forwards. Fuck. He's swinging away.
Dad.
Swing low, sweet chariot. No, I'm so keen for Diaz. Part of me loves him and part of me wants Pettis to win.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it'll be a good fight.
Yeah, he's going to be sick. But like I said, he could be 50 and he'll still fight. And like, is it Bellator or whatever?
Bellator, yeah.
He'll be 50 and still taking on fights.
Yeah. That's like the Burger King to the McDonald's, isn't it?
They're amazing. How him and his brother and their squad turn up places and just cause havoc.
Yeah, cause absolute havoc. It's
throwing bottles that time at McGregor, just telling about.
Do you think McGregor's going to come back?
Well, if he gets over these charges, did you see him smack that old bloke in the bar?
No.
Oh, actually, I think it only happened today.
Really?
You got to. I think I'd urge you to fight it right now.
When's this from?
Today. So if you type in McGregor and punches old guy in bar, or what, I don't know, just typing McGregor and it'll come up.
I'm on it.
Literally, if you type in that, I'll be interested to see if it's literally the very top thing. 9MSN on news.com. Is that the?
Hang on, I've brought up his wiki. Oh yeah, footage reportedly shows Conor McGregor punching patron at bar.
Yeah,
I don't think I'd like to hear
but
a punch point.
But a 60-year-old man.
Imagine if an old bloke dropped him. Like if he was an old punchy fighter or something.
If you watch the footage though, he snapped him, but like it's kind of like a flinch punch. It's not a full overhand knockout.
Show me the footage.
But the old man just doesn't even flinch.
Really?
Yeah, like a boss. He's going to be riding that home forever. First he'll sue him and be rich, and then he'll be like, Conor McGregor threw one at me and I didn't even flinch.
Here we go. I'm watching the footage now. Okay, McGregor's walking. So there's 3 blokes sitting in a bar. It sounds like a joke. McGregor walks up behind.
He starts pouring. It's all to do with his own beverage.
Right.
Whatever he makes. Does he make a vodka or something, does he? Or
so he's in like a little pub. Like there's no one around.
He's like in bloody Dublin somewhere in a little back alley pub.
So he's got his proper 12 whiskey. He's I'm watching it now. So he's lining up some drinks. So he must be trying to.
But describe all men at the bar.
They're all retirees.
Not one under 60.
Yep. Not one under 60. They're all having a pint. Okay, so McGregor's gone and got maybe 3 to 5 glasses. He's pouring whiskey around to everyone. Looks like he's shouted a fair few people around the bar. Probably trying to get his drink out, I'd say.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, then he's just had a crack at someone.
He's just like little like snap punch.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah. The guy was getting the glasses.
Oh, he's actually hit him. His king hit him.
Yeah. The guy turns and he hits him.
He hasn't even moved.
What a boss. How good's that? I mean, not
what
for,
a coward by McGregor.
So, for people, everyone's probably already seen it, but he's putting glasses out. He's lining up glasses. He starts pouring, and the old man,
the old fella,
putting him
hasn't
away.
even acknowledged the punch.
Yeah. Do you think he'll sue him? You'd have to.
He'd have to sue
out
him.
of court.
Just
give us a couple mil.
That's unbelievable.
Shocking, isn't it? So that
wow.
Yeah.
I used to be all over McGregor's nuts.
Yeah. And now
I can't stand the bloke now. I cannot stand him. And this is why I think people want him to come back, because I think they're realising, oh no, people can like properly flog McGregor now. Like when Khabib just dominated him.
That was so shocking still. Like the way he just bullied him and beat him up.
And he was saying to him, like, come on, like, let's keep going. He goes, I'm gonna hurt you. And McGregor's going,
I don't want this to stop.
It's just business. It's just business. And, you know, Khabib just wanted to just harm him.
It was very personal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But it's weird. Like, then you start to think, oh, this guy's so good. McGregor prior to that, with
Aldo and
the downhill thing was Mayweather, I think, even though it's probably his up trajectory. But that's the beginning. He went away from UFC, what he does best. Mayweather just played with him a bit. If he really put the foot on the gas, he would have ended that early.
Well, Mayweather put on a show. He knew.
Got his money's worth. We'll take it to whatever round.
He made 400 mil. Yeah. McGregor made 100 mil.
But that was the decline, I think, because before that, he had knocked out Aldo and he'd had some really good fights, and he was just fucking around with blokes in that division. But then I'm like, okay, well, a few blokes took him to points, and then the Aldo thing, he rushed him and he gets a shot on the jaw, and it's like, do you start second guessing everything then? Then he fought Diaz and he got beat, but he to be fair, he did go up in weight a lot. But Diaz was a much bigger guy.
But I think Diaz beat him in both fights.
Yeah, well, technically,
I really do.
1-1.
And you can't. I know technically 1-1, but
if you look at it,
you cannot tell me that Dana has the the foresight to go,
I want a third out of this,
guys.
Yeah.
Do you know how much money we're going to make if we get a trilogy?
Yeah, and then they still got up their sleeve, haven't they? But then he's done that thing with a phone in Miami. I don't know what that was about.
It's called cocaine, mate.
Off an iPhone 10.
It's Miami. What else is it? Do you know Miami has more banks per capita than anywhere in the world?
Oh, really?
And do you know what industry they have?
What?
None.
Drugs.
They don't have an industry. They've got no industry.
It's coming in from the south.
Joe, technically the biggest industry in Miami is Medicare fraud.
Really?
Yep. The governor of Miami ran a company that was convicted for running the largest Medicare fraud ever.
Really?
And he's the fucking governor. And he looks like a human version of a chihuahua. You know, like a grapefruit that has two grapes stuck to it for eyes.
They really don't. They seem detached from the rest of America. Like
they are.
Florida and Miami. It's another white. Even people talk about it in America. They're like, down there.
Yeah,
like,
fake bums, fake boobs,
and then
cocaine,
nightclub life, cocaine, and then everything coming up from the south.
Yes,
through the borders.
Yes.
Come on in, guys. But he knocked a phone out of someone's hand and then trying to go at him, and then this and a few other things. And it's like, fuck, my mate Bolesky.
He's just a bully. Like watching that video, he's just a bully, and I would have loved it if that old bloke, because you never know with old guys in pubs, mate.
Yeah, they got the basics.
But imagine if he just flogged McGregor.
That'd be so.
And it was all on camera.
Lashed out and knocked McGregor out. He would never come out of hiding.
It would be the best thing in the world.
Funny.
Yeah, I'd get t-shirts. I'd get merch made for the bloke.
I have to admit, I was a big fanboy of McGregor because the way he used to hold himself and pick on, like when the first fight with Diaz, when he was like picking on him, so like he was. There was no mercy shown, and then they went on like a Fox show in America. It was like a business thing.
Yes,
and he said, "Just let the adults talk. You wouldn't know. You can't even count to 5." And you watch the lead up to that fight, and I felt really bad for Diaz. Comes out and beats him, but he was putting on a show. He's perfect for the UFC because he sells tickets. But my mate Bolesky is like, I'm sick of him. I'm sick of like fanboys that love him, and I just want him to get flogged. And now I can understand what he's on about. Like, he hasn't liked him since day dot. But
see, I think like it's easy to hate him early on, but I think now there is a time. I think people can appreciate when they're coming up and they're trying to get their fights, and we get it. Like we know there's a villain. You play a character.
Yeah.
You're going to get a fight. But once you arrive, now it's time to be humble.
Yeah.
And then you'll get even more fans.
Yeah, 100%.
Where
that's how the cycle works, isn't it? Like
yes.
you're villain, you on your way up, and when you get at the top,
yeah,
oh no,
100%.
you can't keep being the villain. Like it's just how we work. Like be humble and like see, Saint Pierre was the opposite. I used to love Saint Pierre.
Yes,
but then he turned. He was everything was just like about the art of like martial arts.
We put special training on it, and we got.
I'm a master of every aspect of the and it's like
righto, George.
Oh, go build another shelter for the homeless or something.
Back to the jungle, George.
And it was like, another fight of his, 5 rounds with no knockout. He didn't but he was like phenomenal when he wanted to be. But it's like he was the opposite. He was too goody two shoes. But yeah, I don't know, man. He's got no fights on the cards. I don't know if he can fight in certain states since that thing where he attacked the bus.
I just think laugh the coke.
Yeah,
honestly, I like explain the behaviour. It's a man who's got such an ego. I just think he needs someone to flog him, and I wish that old bloke just give him a high.
Wouldn't it be? Imagine that. That would be the biggest viral video you'll ever see.
It'd be the best.
Knocking out a guy like that and an old mate. He'd be a king.
Mate, like, could you? I tell you what, he'd get some support in the Middle East, wouldn't he?
Come to Russia.
Well, that's where sorry, Russia, not the Middle East.
There too.
That's where Khabib. I was kind of, I wasn't too fussed on Khabib, but then watching how he handled McGregor, and he was just the confidence he had through that whole thing. When McGregor was trying to stir him, he was basically going, "Send location." Yeah. I'll break your face. Yeah. I'll rearrange your face.
I think I didn't know he was going to do that to him. I thought he's in with a shot, and people said, "Yeah, he's a wrestler." But what about when
he put one on McGregor's chin? Because McGregor was waiting for the takedown.
And he's like, "Nah, fuck it,"
and he puts one on the chin.
Yeah,
and properly rattles him.
I think the writing, now in hindsight, I thought, oh no, McGregor's still within shot. There's going to be a good fight, whatever. Writing was on the wall when he was wrestling bears at 10 years old. How did we not see that?
Mate, he grew up in Dagestan. Yeah. Like...
they're different breed there, aren't they?
That's pretty much Jenny from the block getting in the studio and just singing her ass off, making hit after hit. And now she's with A-Rod.
Wrestling bears as a child. It's like, what other training do you want?
Just savage. It's like those places though, like even like in terms of like a boxer like Lomachenko, and his old man pulled him out of boxing for 4 years to get him to do ballet because he knew, he knew it would help with his footwork.
I love that guy.
And he is the best fighter on the planet today.
Yeah. Has he still got a 0 record?
Yeah, he's completely unbeaten.
I've mentioned this before. I have a huge problem. Like I get really hurt. Like when someone loses their like 0 record or like like when McGregor went down, I was like genuinely like shocked and like, oh my god!
But it's not as a 0 like an L in UFC isn't as bad as an L in boxing.
No, because boxing is very hard to just get. There are lucky punches, but UFC. Like that Pettis one I'm talking about. He's all over him and then he just sort of ducked under one and come up and just boom on the chin. And with those kind of gloves.
Well, because you got grappling, boxing, striking, kicking, jiu-jitsu.
So many different forms.
You name it. There's half a dozen.
You duck under something, take him down and then you start beating the shit out of him on the ground. Yeah. But no, I'm excited for the card.
I'm so crunk, Kizza.
I'll do the eye roll for all the children listening.
It's I was listening to a thing with Khabib was talking about the other day, and I think I was watching the other day from a few months ago, and they were talking about this guy was boasting. And he was like, I'm 9 wins back to back, undefeated for 9 fights, and Khabib sort of like interrupted. And he was like, 9. He goes, I'm 28-0.
Yeah. 9's alright, but
I'm 28. He goes, no one's talking about that. He goes, I'm 28-0 in
Isn't
the
it
UFC.
Weird how he retreats too? He doesn't live in the limelight. He's not hanging around doing press.
Has his parents that live with him? He has millions of dollars.
He retreated back to Russia, and then you never heard from him.
You've got to respect it. You've got to respect it. But
Did you see the homecoming he got though? I mean, I know the fight was a long time ago. Everyone's probably seen this, but the homecoming, the whole flares everywhere, buses were getting rocked.
Putin rocks up. Yes, you've done very nice.
I can't wait. Where is the card? Is it be Vegas, sure.
LA, isn't it?
Yeah. But
it's in LA.
I've seen a lot of stuff for What's our Aussie boy's name?
Whitaker. Yeah.
I nearly said Forrest Whitaker.
I think
I was thinking Forrest Griffin's a fighter.
Forrest Gump.
And then
Forrest,
I was like... Whitaker.
Yeah, Whitaker and Adesanya.
Yeah, it's going to be so good.
I reckon Israel's got his hands full in a big way. I mean, he's no joke.
No.
Israel is no joke. But honestly, Whitaker is a savage.
It's kind of a little bit, not exactly, like people would love their UFC, are probably shaking their heads right now, but it's a little bit like McGregor and, what's his name? We just talked Khabib, sorry. Because Whitaker is sort of like, he's skillful, but he's a bulldog and he'll get under all that flashy stuff and then just beat the crap out of him. And Israel's a bit like Conor, looking for the strike, the flashy move and all that.
But the thing is, he's got to get under it to start with.
Did you see the stuff with them and Troy Kinney? The Kinney Tonight guy?
No, I didn't.
They're doing some very funny skits.
I saw some stuff, but I didn't really watch it that much. I was like busy doing stuff.
I saw it on the Insta today. It's pretty damn funny. He's got.
I'll have to suss it.
Yeah, it's pretty damn good if you want to check it out. I think it was just on Kinney's just Instagram stories or something. Like that. So worth a look.
He's killing it at the moment, eh?
Yeah, and I didn't think he would. Like, I knew he was funny and all that, but his show, his
show's so good.
Thought, it's going to be another one of those. It's going to be gone in 3 episodes.
Their sketches are phenomenal.
They're very good, and he's done it perfectly for like modern society.
Yes.
Like, I think there was one he did where it was like Facebook comments and Facebook, the way you interact on Facebook, but out loud in real life.
Yeah.
And it was very, very funny. Yeah.
Well, I saw some stuff that they did, like, because I know Nicky Osborne does some stuff on there with them, and he does some Bachelor stuff, which I don't watch The Bachelor. I don't know if you watch The Bachelor, but...
Oh, yeah.
Do you?
I've got an update for you.
Oh, have you?
Mm-hmm.
Hit the big dog up.
So, I mean, it's still trashy as always. And you know the thing that I need to go back and watch them, because the previous season you've watched, don't you ever get to like the rose ceremony, like the 4th one?
Yeah.
And he's like, Rebecca, will you have this rose? And then they get to a girl and it says Lisa, and he's like, who the fuck's that?
Yeah.
And it's like they've literally planted someone in the 4th episode. She definitely hasn't been there since the start.
She's like the same chick that's in the background of like Home and Away, pretending to eat a salad and Alf and
make fake chit chat with someone,
some broad
ordering an OJ off Irene.
Yeah. Do you know what I heard? Apparently, if you're an extra in a show and you're in the background and you've got to pretend to be talking, you say over and over and over, you say rhubarb. But you don't actually say it, you just mouth it. So you say rhubarb. And apparently, if you don't say it, but you just mouth it, it kind of looks like you're saying...
Because it's got a few... Yeah, I can see... When you look at someone mouth it looks like there's a few different words being said.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So it's kind of...
I'll find out on Monday when I do my extra work in Summer Bay.
Yeah, you're reading for something, are you?
Yeah, just a little bit.
I am the Batman.
Alf better watch himself.
Are you? Yes. Stone the Flaming Crows. It's a Kizza.
I mean, I got to shred down a little bit and get some tats. I'm really going out for the River Boys.
Are you going to be a River Boys?
No, but getting back to The Bachelor, it's still the same old shit. He's a little bit boring. But the whole last 2 episodes have been about... warning for offensive language here.
Well, there's an E on the pod, so it says explicit.
Like Triple J always advised, bad language warning.
Oh, okay.
Girl called him a dumb cunt. No, a disrespectful pig. Oh, a dog cunt.
Why?
I don't know. But all week, all the episode is him getting girls and go, did you hear it? Did she say it? And she's like, yeah, she called you a dog cunt. And I'm like, this has gotten real bogan real quick.
Jeez.
And all week, like on the Project Say and like
what
on...
What cattle station was this thing reeled in from? And
I was like, holy shit, I don't even know how that sentence comes up.
That's the sort of thing you want to make a wife out of. Talks like that. I pick you.
She worked in the... She reckons she talks like that and flirts. I heard her on Triple M this morning. And she was saying, that's how I muck around me mates and flirt. And Gus Wallen's gone, hang on a minute. How do you flirt? And she's like, I worked in fly out mines for a while, and that's how we talk. I'm like, nah, mate.
I'm telling you right now, she's that chick that's like, I've got more guy friends and girlfriends.
Yeah.
Like, girls don't get me. I'm like, yeah, because you're a fucking bitch.
Rough as guts.
Because you're a bitch, and you're constantly trying to fuck everyone's boyfriend. Yeah, I do FIFO. I bet every bloke does FIFO on you.
But when I heard that, I was just like, oh my God, what has this show got to? But then it got a little bit more interesting because he just played investigator. Like, oh, look, did she say, got this girl in? Did you hear it? No, I didn't hear it. But it was just funny, the dynamics. The one girl turned up. This is how desperate they've gotten. He goes, did you hear it? And she goes, no. But I was defending you because I heard something bad was said about you. It's like, oh, so you did hear, like, so why were you defending me? She's like, oh, no, I had heard that something was said and then I defended you. He's like, no, I just need to know. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. And she's just finding a moment to say, like, I defended your honor. He's like, no, I'm not after that. And that's all she kept saying.
That's the equivalent, like, if you go to, say, like a conference and at the end they say, oh, is there any questions? Guys, going to have a bit of a Q&A. So if there's any questions, like, we'd just like to thank Tom for coming in, sharing his great insights into the business world. Guys, any questions for Tom? And some idiot puts their hand up and goes, yeah, I have a question. And they ask a question that literally they know the answer to because they just want to be seen to ask a question.
Feel the need for the input there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they want to be like, I don't know.
And you feel the collective room, everyone rolls their eyes and goes, oh, not
we're
this.
a millimeter out of being out of this dumb meeting and you've just prolonged it.
Listen, bitch, we've all run out of Mentos on our desk. The tiny water bottles aren't sustaining anyone's life. We need to bounce.
So that's my Bachelor update for the week.
Well,
but she got booted last night.
Yeah, okay.
So she's out.
So she's a dog cat.
Oh, I just when I was like, so Nose was telling me about it, and then I watched the previews. I'm like, say again? How did that come up?
That's unbelievable.
But it was
how did it come up? Like,
she reckons they're in the pool, and she said it in a funny way and something like that. She was just butthurt because he took her on the first date. And then, poor choice of words. I
had a little chuckle over here.
She was just upset because he took her out on the first date, and then I think they kissed, and then he took someone else on a date. This bachelor's not holding any prisoners. He's making out with everyone. So she's gotten upset and said something. But I was just like, oh wow, we're dropping C-bombs.
Yeah,
like, holy shit.
I saw. Look, I'm going to say 5 to 7 minutes of it the other night, and I haven't watched this season because it hasn't done anything for me.
Same old thing.
And
I'll see you on Instagram next year. I'll see you on Bachelor in Paradise.
Yes. Right, a Davina 2.0. See you soon. Anyway, I saw the guy and he was driving a Ferrari or something.
Yeah.
And I looked at him.
The girl he picked up in that episode was the girl that dropped the DC.
Yeah. Okay. So I've picked that a mile away.
Yeah, right.
So I walked in and I said to Jess, who's this fucking nerd? And she's like, oh, this is the new Bachelor. And I'm like, he's a nerd. She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, look at him. I said, okay, cool. A Ferrari's fun to drive. I said, but I don't think he's been around many attractive girls.
Bit awkward, isn't it?
He was so awkward. And then I said to Jess about the girl, because they walk into this, I think they walked into like a hangar. There was some planes or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's thrown her arm around him. And I said, look at her playing the character. I said, how many Insta followers does she want?
Yeah. Well, she's in and out. She's hot proper. Like, she's made the big headline, and I would love to. That's what we should have done for the poll. We should find them all on Instagram, write down all their followers, and see how it. Let's do a hypotheses or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, a full. Dr. Carl will be stoked.
Well, on Married at First Sight the season just gone, a chick from my school in my year was on it.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember she had...
Oh, didn't she go kind of far? Didn't she get down to the end? Was that...
No, she got married to that fucking nerd dude, the Virgin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
And I remember when I saw her on the show, I was like, what?
Yeah, right.
No way.
That would be a spin out.
It was such a spin out.
Yeah.
It was such a spin out. And then she got dumped. And
I remember seeing there was like a friend of a friend, like in our circle, different circles, like everyone sort of knew this girl and lovely girl and but she ended up on what was the nerd one? The hot chick, they were really hot chicks and the nerds, and they give them I'm having a shocker tonight with names.
Yeah, you are actually. You're usually all over this.
Oh, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
They got really nerdy guys, and then they do makeovers, and they end up all being like jacked as fuck, like Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
And it's all it needed was to take off the dumb clothes, and
it's ridiculous.
But she was on that, and it's like, what the fuck? And everyone,
it's like Queer Eye for a buff guy.
Yeah. It's like, what's she doing? But yeah, so that's my Bachelor update. She's dropping bombs.
So
everywhere.
she's been punted.
Yeah. But the funny thing how it started was the girl who instigated it. So you always know every season, look, I don't want to tell you this, but I feel like I need to.
Yeah.
And it's just a segue for her bitching about other girls.
Yeah.
And it never works. It always backfires.
Yeah.
And it will for this girl. She's like, I feel like I need to tell you that they were saying something about you. He's like, oh yeah, like, no, it's okay. And she's like, no, I think I do. And he's like, no, it's fine. It's like,
no, I want to.
I want to. Then she
I really want to cause trouble. Please let me.
And then it's like she couldn't get the DC word out quick enough. She called you a DC.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, Jesus, okay.
I love so I must have seen it a couple of times. I must have seen it a bit more than I think, actually. I think I've seen it twice, or like bits of twice. Because one I saw was this chick was sitting there, and she just hooked up with Nerdy McNerdface, and he says in his tortoiseshell glasses, and she's just hooked up with old mate, and she comes back to the group, and they're like, "Oh my god, hun!"
Yeah, I know
the classic hun. Like, "Oh my, like how was
did
it,
you
hun?
kiss?
Like, did you guys kiss?" And she's like, "Oh, I don't know. Like, I just." Like, you know, like, I don't want to say yeah, we did. Yeah. Like, and they play
Heaps
the whole,
yeah,
they play the whole court. Yeah, like he, you know, like he stuck a couple of fingers in, but it doesn't matter.
Oh,
like, it's
they do that. And then I don't get this support, like the camaraderie they're trying to build. It's like, she doesn't gel with the rest of the house. Yeah, because in 6 weeks this is all going to be over.
Yes.
And you're not going to be friends.
Yeah.
I'm like, what camaraderie? You're all trying to have fair amount of time.
It's
like,
so fake.
Do you think it's fair if he sleeps with every one of you an equal amount of times or something? Like, what?
I'd support that, to be honest.
Good on him.
Yeah.
But I don't get they all come back and it's like, she's had too much time with him. It's like, yeah, that's the point.
Yeah. I think you're not spending enough time with Becky. Like, I think you should spend some more time with Becky.
Oh, really? Because I had a one-on-one date plan for us. Yeah. No,
for us, was it? No, because I talked to Becky before and she said that she wasn't that interested in you. They're savages.
No, in the interest of fairness, when it's the Bachelorette,
the
guys though do it a different way. They're just like, they puff their chest out and say we're standing next to each other. I put my arm out in front of yours, and then you're like, no, to gain it. It's all about ascendancy with men.
Yes,
fucking idiots.
But there is usually a group of 3 or 4 boys that just get to become boys, and I don't really give a fuck about the Bachelor.
Isn't that true? That they're always mates, and she's like, I don't feel like you're into this. He's like, oh, I've just made a couple of new mates. There was a guy called Davey, and he had made 2 really good mates.
Yes.
And he was like on group dates and stuff.
Yep.
It was a couple of seasons. He was a legend.
Yeah.
And
oi boys, do you want to just?
They were having more fun.
Do you want to just maybe run a train?
Yeah. But they were more interested in geez, maybe we could just not get a rose tonight. We'll all go hang out down the Coogee Bay or something like. It was hilarious.
We've got a few good Insta followers now, boys. I'm sure we can get a bit of action going on.
There always is. There's about 3 mates who become not interested in the actual thing, and the rest of them are just roided up morons who are just trying to find ascendancy, and then they
doing it for the gram, bro.
Doing it for the gram, and then to soften the acne from their roids, they write a letter. I'm a bit deep in my personal time. I'm really like...
They do a poem.
Yeah, they do a poem. It's
a poem.
A year 3 acrostic one. Whatever. Sarah.
Yeah.
Super cool.
S is for Sarah. A is for apple. R is for really good.
So, just to be... for some bipartisanship, the girls, we've been hammering them, but the guys... the boys aren't much better. They're just dumb idiots.
The blokes are worse.
Yeah.
And look, here's a piece of advice. If you're going to go and try and choose a wife off a television show, if it's anything past series 2...
Yeah, it's...
Because I can... Like, series 1
boat.
and 2 on new shows like that, they generally start out, like, pretty... with some backbone and kind of with all the things in the right places. And then after that, they go, hey, I found like Davina last year really was good for ratings. Let's try and get a few. Then they get Ennis.
Married at First Sight's the big one, yeah. Originally, it's like a little bit like genuine. Like what we were saying the other week about the Bachelors, like Sam Wood and Robards and that. They've become like got in, genuine relationships. But,
early on. But see, what I found too, my little theory on like Married at First Sight is the ones that seem to actually kind of nearly work are generally like maybe a little bit older or a little bit more mature. And I think the people go, actually, you know what? I think these people are genuine. Let's try and legitimately set these up with people.
Well, they're not interested in like going there's a movie premiere, or let's go to the Ivy this weekend to be seen. They're like, I don't care about. I just want to hang out.
Yeah.
Go for a nice meal.
Yeah.
Like, they're not.
And the like the young ones are more the collateral damage.
Yeah.
And like, okay, these are our ratings, but let's try and show that the show works. Demonstrate that the show works by having some success stories with, 2 or 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
Would you ever do it?
I really, really wanted to do Big Brother.
Really? I'm such a... Like, I know I talk a lot of horse shit, but I'm quite a prude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't. You always think about that stuff. Like, would I just be naked all the time? Like, you know how there's the guys who just in there
slapping
like
your belly.
Yeah. G'day, mum.
Oi, come get on this.
But like in the Big Brother house, there's always the guy that was super free that would be naked from the shower to the bedroom. Just shit, I forgot my toast. I'm out in the kitchen. And then it's like, Jesus, man,
that wouldn't be me.
The prude one who had a shirt and his jocks on and his shout. Like there's always
sharing the undies in my boardies.
I would, yeah. Well, if you're with someone, definitely. Like if have a partner, I would.
And you'd never go on if you had a partner. Fuck.
Well, that's the thing. Like I could be trusted, but the producers aren't. You and yourself are fine, but they're like, oh yeah, Kieran, he's told us that he likes this in a person or a woman. Yeah. They've literally like profiled you. Like they've psychologically profiled you, know you better than you know yourself. Yeah. And then it's like in your deep subconscious, geez, I like chicks that look like Hillary Duff. And then, oh boys, the new intruder looks exactly like Hillary Duff.
Hillary Duff's sister.
She's paying me heaps of attention. Yeah. It's like, hang on a minute.
Well, Jess had a good friend who went on Big Brother and became quite well known from Big Brother. And that's one thing that she said was that it was edited, very much not in their favour. But look, she's done very well out of it now. I'm sure it takes... its toll. Like, it would take its pound of flesh.
There was a thing this week about like trolls and bullies and stuff like that online with these people, and it is. I'm torn because they go on and they want to milk that thing as hard as they can till it's dry.
Yeah.
And then, but what person doesn't understand, like we were saying the other week about certain things like the female referee and just any topic, like it could be so black and white. Someone could be so outwardly racist to someone and say like the N-word, no context, not saying it, and the society, you look in the comments section and you'll see someone somehow twist it and you say, no, he deserved that. That's totally fine. It's like, no, you couldn't, or it's like the sky is blue, or this, and then it's like you'll still find someone in the comments section that will turn that around and manipulate it, or say that whatever that scenario is, they'll manipulate it to work for them or their opinion. So you must know, like, I know it's horrible that they get bullied and treated like that, and like death threats and saying things about their family and kids, but I don't know, like you go on there, it's not going to happen. Like if I was to go on a show right now, like a Big Brother, I just know that, I don't know, maybe the shows aren't doing enough to support them, but it's like, come on guys, like I'm so torn, like it's unfair and they shouldn't have to deal with that, but at the same time, sports people do, actors do, singers do, and it's like just, I don't know, you got to switch off from it. Like,
it's pretty my old man said maybe 12 months ago, and he really hit the nail on the head. He said today's society has never been so aggressive, so out looking for a fight, so out looking for an issue. What are you looking at, mate? Blah blah blah.
100%.
But we've also never been so
insular,
PC.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
And he said it's almost like the whole PC, you cannot say this, you must do this, that's offensive, blah, blah, blah. It's almost like it's channeling something.
It takes away from things that are genuinely offensive. Yeah. Like, whatever people say or do, there's always context to it. You can say the same thing. It can be really offensive and mean and mean-spirited. You can also say something... Or not everything, but there are certain things you can take it one way. But if you look at the context and how it was said and which manner it was said, it's just the way you want to manipulate it and take certain things. So not everything. There are things that are just wrong, but people are too quick, like your old man said, to be outraged sometimes and want to be upset with something.
We've just got nothing to really worry about.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Do you think in 1944... that anyone would have cared if you used the wrong pronoun.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Like, honestly.
No, I was too worried about
people
being
go,
conscripted and going to war.
Hey, let's put a pin in that, and we'll get back to that maybe around 2019, somewhere around there.
You're right. We've never been. Yeah, everyone's so. I don't even know the word. So it's not aggressive, but so ready on the front foot to be upset. And I've done it before too. Like if certain things, like if I see a mum, like, and I'm joking around on this pod, but like the mum that I was talking about at the cafe the other week, are we doing this?
Yeah.
Whatever Riley or whatever his name was.
Of course.
And that angered me and annoyed me. And I even said it to know. I'm like, oh fuck this bit. Are you serious? And I'm like, why is that built like? Why are we built like that to be so? It's like, oh, that chick's annoying.
Triggered.
Move on.
We're ready to be triggered.
Triggered is the good word.
Yeah.
Very ready. So some things I reckon we need to be triggered because otherwise, I hate when people go, oh, you can't even. There's a few blokes of footy and they're in their mid 40s to 50. And they're like, oh, you can't even say this anymore. It's like, yeah there's a good reason, man.
You can't even get home and give your missus a good backhander when you get home.
You can't even rough your missus up anymore. And it's like, oh boy, you guys are...
Political correctness gone
wrong.
Crazy.
Yeah, and that's it. And it's like, but there are certain things where it's gone, there are little aversions of that where it's like, fuck, are we serious? Are we really, is this happening?
Yeah.
And people are getting sensitive, but I don't even know how we got here, but...
It's just, it's weird. It's almost like the small stuff is... But you know, and then like the small stuff is focused on so heavily, and the big stuff is, it's kind of like, oh, it's too big. I don't want to worry about it because, I don't want to. I just don't want to hear about it.
The worst thing is, it will never change. But before everyone had a platform like Twitter's and Facebook, like social media will never go away. They'll probably change and evolve to.
Well, I'm off
different
social media
versions.
Now,
Kizza. I heard. So Kevin's he's phoneless for the next like week or something like that.
I've changed.
He ran out of credit.
I'm waiting until I get paid.
Got a couple of shifts at
Coles.
Coles.
Get paid fortnightly. I just can't find my budget good enough.
Gnomes and I get paid I get paid weekly. She gets paid fortnightly.
Yeah.
So every fortnight we get a big bopper, and then just the normal. Yeah. And boy, don't we live like kings. And then we get to the next week. It's like, what happened? Where did all our money go? Yeah, because we were just throwing it around. Like. We
were talking about this tonight, right? So for those listening, I've finished with my current employer as of today.
He said it.
So go and get fucked.
No, he was very neutral and was respectful.
No, it's all good. Anyway, it was a lovely opportunity was presented to me. I grabbed it by the bollocks. Anyway, so I'm gonna have a week off, Kizza. I'm going to chill. I might even find myself getting to the gym. But with my role that I finished, as you know, I had my phone, which was my personal phone and my business phone, all that sort of stuff. And so I handed that back, and I'm getting a new phone, obviously, when I start this new role.
Hence me being laptopless tonight.
Yeah.
Selfish.
Sans lappy.
Can we hit the new company up?
Yeah, I've got that sorted. Trust me, as part of the contract, because I negotiated heavily
MacBook
in your best interest.
Like section 6, clause C.
Yeah.
My mate Kizza gets a new MacBook Pro.
No, bro, not even that. It's a full PC. 4 screens, they wrap around you.
Sick.
So we don't even see each other anymore. It's just we talk via screen. So in real time though.
So you're phoneless.
So I'm phoneless for a week, and I drove from Sydney back to the coast today, and without a phone, I felt.
It's weird, eh?
I'm like, how am I meant to not text and drive now on the freeway at 130?
I mean
110.
You saw the thing wrong with that sentence was the speed limit?
Yes.
It is weird. Have you ever got to work and go, oh, fuck. Well, you probably not because you email a lot, but I don't really use my phone before work. I don't really need it, but I'll put it down somewhere and I'll rush out the door and I get to work and like, oh no, and you pat yourself down as if you're going through airport security, and then it's like, oh no, and you feel like panicked. It's like, well, if my phone was here, unless there was something on, I wouldn't be getting calls or texts.
Yep.
I might be looking at my social media, but that's just on me when I feel like I want to do it.
Yeah.
I could still do it at my work computer, but it's like, you get a little bit like, oh no.
Yeah.
It's like, is the world going to stop? Like,
I was like, in my head, I'm like, okay, what if I break down? So, well, Kev, you're not going to break down.
Yeah, you're in a new car.
Yeah. And I was like, what if I break down? And then of course, because a couple little ones, I'm like...
See, I don't even think about that. I'm like, it's more the checking in or people if they... Oh, hey, kids, do you see that like a version this morning on Triple J. It's like,
what if I think of a funny status?
Yeah.
I could get more than a dozen likes.
Yeah, so you're very practical there. You're like, what if I break down or there's an emergency?
Yeah, I'm like, what if I need to be contacted?
Yeah.
So I've got like a little phone. One of them's doing some recording now.
Yours is quite like thoughtful then. Mine's just worrying about my
yeah,
my socials and my baseball game.
You're still on that, eh?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I need a second job. It's really expensive.
Part of the not having the phone though on the way home, I legitimately felt a little bit free.
Yeah, you would. Yeah.
I was listening to music. Well, usually I listen to podcasts, and I was listening to music, and I was like,
Did you have to listen to commercial radio though?
No, never.
Find the Black Thunder on George Street. You get an icy cold Coca-Cola.
Fuck you, Black Thunder. Rat's racist to start with. I'm triggered by that.
No, they're the RAV4s that they drive around.
Yeah, well, that's triggers me as well.
He's triggered.
But no, so like as you know, I got the new rig, so it's got like the Primo sound system in it.
It's pretty nice, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah,
and so I think it's got something like 16 speakers in it.
Yeah, right.
It is
fully immersed.
It's so good, bro. It's so good.
Can you please be that guy that shows everyone your sound system? No, I don't think you listen. Wait for the bass to kick in. I don't think you're listening.
Do you know Harman Kardon? Yeah. Like, it's German engineering. It's pretty good. There's a subwoofer in the back there. Not like a Bogan. I don't have a Toyota Supra or nothing.
No, shut your door. You'll get the full experience. And if they're not like thrilled by it like you are, that you're like, no, I'll turn it up. I'll turn it up. I'll play it again. I'll play it again.
Do you know what it's got, right? And this is going to say a lot about me as a person. The one thing that it's got on it that impresses me the most is you don't actually have to shut your door fully. You just shut it like as if...
Oh, it catches.
Like on a normal car, if you shut it, it'd be not quite shut. It'd be ajar. And then the car closes it for you.
That's pretty nice.
It's so good. I said to Jess, there will never be an excuse to slam this door.
That's... I got Alfred with, like, speaking of automatic things on cars, I got massively Alfred at Bunnings the other week.
Did
Worst
you?
place to do it. So when we're looking at our car...
Mate, that's where you can hire a trailer. That's a bloke's land.
We've got a CX-5 and...
Oh, what a brag. Oh, someone's making some serious money over here.
I foresee that the pod will take off.
CX-5?
Yeah.
Jeez. My rig's got a 5 in it too,
It's actually Gnomes's, but we're at the...
She lets me drive it sometimes.
She sometimes does.
If I be a good boy and do the vacuuming. Sometimes if I mop the kitchen floor, she'll let me take it myself. And she takes the P plates off
I get habit at work that when I turn up and it's like, oh, Gnomes let you have it, did she? I was like, no, I take it when I want.
You should respond to that with, yeah, but I let her have it. Oh,
the boys.
Yeah.
They're all warehouse workers too.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, Kizza.
Yeah, the boy.
But so there's we went just it's middle of the road, and then the one above had like the Bose speakers, and I was like, fuck that. I'm not paying whatever extra you want for black on the wheels, the Bose, and it had the foot thing for the boot.
Oh yes,
so you just run your foot underneath and it pops
like that. Super handy.
It's awesome. Yes. And now we don't have it. I regret it. But this bloke, we're at the boot, and I had some potting mix and some soil for these hedges we're doing, and I had that under there, and I was trying to get my keys out, so I had that tucked under like a footy, trying to where are my keys?
What's he done?
And then I'm like fumbling around to get my keys. He had a very similar thing. He had like a box full of like
couple
little things.
Couple of ficuses under his arm or something.
He had potting mix as well. And he's just come up, looked at me, kicked his foot underneath, and it popped up where I'm fumbling around. I'm like, wow. I've just been Alfred.
Did he look at you like, bro,
he looks like he looked at me like I was a damsel in distress. He's like, oh, mate, you should have gone the upgrade.
You know what I would have said? I would have looked over it and gone, wife's car? Yeah.
Mutual respect.
That's the funny. Jess's car has that, and it's got, so hers is the not a CX-5, but in the same kind of category as that. And we got, so my brother works for Ford, so we got a what is it? A Escape or whatever it is, like the SUV thing.
Oh yeah.
But the titanium, so it's like the top of the range one. And anyway, we did it because we got a good deal on it, so it was like, okay, cool. So, but it's got like the foot thing. It's got like everything in it.
It's kind of cool.
And mate, when you're being, oh no, you can get the chopper, and you're carrying like 15 bags of shopping,
and you've got kids too, so it makes it even.
Oh, bro, it's absolutely the best. You just foot under the back thing. Tailgate goes up. You just chuck your bags in. You just press a button. It comes back down.
Yeah, that's exactly. I couldn't believe the smug look on his dumb face too. How he's just alpha man. He knew it. I was like, damn it.
Yeah, well, mate. I mean, get your life together.
I know.
See, I'd pay the extra just for the Bose because I love my music, and I probably don't listen to it as much as what I really should. Because
it's still pretty good, the sound. I was like, but I if it was mine, I'd probably do it. But
the difference between, say, so driving home, I was listening to some Kings and Leon and stuff like that, which is some super clear, awesome rock music, and I was like, oh yeah, there's the money in the stereo.
Yeah, you can feel it.
Like it was.
I get it, but yeah, I'm not in it enough to. And this grandpa who listens to AM radio all the time.
Yeah. No, I get you.
702.
Yeah, nothing like a bit of Jonesy coming through with some serious treble, some serious top end.
The Saturday morning gardening show. I don't really need that top end, the
Yeah.
But
Peter Cundall.
I've been meaning to ask you, how are you doing this week, Kev, after the news?
Yeah, what news?
Liam and Miley.
Oh.
The split.
Yeah, you know what?
The split that's taking the nation by storm.
I just don't bloody know with those two.
Yeah. Is love real?
Because she's hot, then she's cold. She's yes, then she's no.
Different singer, Kevin.
I know, but it's in the same vein, isn't it?
Imagine if Katy Perry breaks up with Orlando Bloom and it's like, oh, they're back on again, back off.
I would have broken up with her when I saw that haircut she got.
She's back to her old self. She's
grown her hair out? Oh, good.
Smoking
good
out.
Girl. She's bloody gorgeous, and with her hair, when it's short like that, I just think, oh, Katie.
Just in my favourite things, her in the Hot and Cold clip, film clip.
Yeah, she's an incredibly powerful young woman, isn't she, Kizza?
She's delightful.
Yep, she's incredibly powerful. No, Liam and Miley, it breaks my heart, actually. I really like, I think I'm Team Liam. You know, maybe the Australian connection, maybe the Chris Hemsworth connection.
I just feel like he's always reaching to be Chris because he's Thor, and he's been successful in his own right, but his brother's still Thor.
Yeah.
And then he's like...
And he bloody talks like this.
Oh, doesn't he?
I know for a fact that when Jess hears this, she'll get a bit fired up, actually.
You're home all next week too.
Mate, I'll tell you what, honestly, if I ever met him, I think I'd get a cluster headache. And he'd go, why have you got your head turned? Because I can only see from my peripheries. I've got reverse tunnel vision, mate. You're so attractive.
You're distracting me.
You're so attractive.
Did you see Matt Damon fire that arrow at him and he caught it?
Yeah, brilliant editing.
Yeah, I was like, well, that wouldn't put it past him that he's done that for real.
Yeah, just good editing.
But we all believed it because he's Thor and he's Chris Hemsworth.
I mean, I'd like to arm wrestle him.
Okay.
I would.
Did you see the video this week of him working out with his brother?
No, I'd like to arm wrestle him.
He's doing dumbbell curls. It's like, holy shit.
Because I'll tell you one thing. He'd appreciate the hustle.
Yeah, right.
He'd probably
give him
snap
a go.
Remember on the footy show when old mate broke his arm?
Ben Ross, that was disgusting.
It'd be that, but he'd go, you know what? I respect it.
Yeah.
Good
Come
on
inside.
You.
Come into the compound.
Good on you. Go and ice that now.
What's his wife's name? I don't know what his wife's name. Call an ambulance.
Elsa?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Call an ambulance. It's been snapped.
Oh, it's gone. Snapped in half.
No, he'd invite you into the compound that's meant to be subtle and in keeping with the Byron landscape.
Do you know, like, yeah.
Have you seen that thing?
Yeah, Westfield, Byron.
Yeah, it's like, it's meant to be subtle to blend into the surrounds. It's
I
a big
love it.
concrete
I love
compound.
everything about it. And
it's sick.
I think anyone who... It's like these maniacs, like, as you know, people listening, we live on the Central Coast, and it's like these maniacs down at Gosford who go, save our waterfront. From fucking what? From the junkies?
No one's building anything.
Save them from what? No. Go up to Newcastle and have a look at what they've done on the foreshore there.
Yeah, it looks sick.
Build exactly that at Gosford and then go and sit on a fat one.
Yeah. Building some infrastructure doesn't hurt sometimes.
Could you imagine?
How many times has the Express Advocate, our local paper, by the way, run that Gosford's getting the marina thing and all that happening? It happened again this week.
And I'll tell you, the view is always, like, the front page is always like a drone shot and with it marked out. Yeah. This is what it could look like. Here's an artist impression. Oh, jeez. What was it? A high school art teacher's done this, has it?
On a CAD program.
Yeah, I've done better on paint.
Yeah.
But, bloody maniacs. Yeah, I don't know. I feel sad for them because breakups are never easy. And I'm sure that can be put into a lyric for one of Miley's songs.
I just read on 9MSN that she's released a breakup song. So.
I'm going to listen to it.
Yeah.
I'm going to listen to it. Wasn't she caught pashing old mate Kardashian missus?
Yeah, Brody Jenner.
See, the thing is, right, the tough thing there is if you have, say with Jess, right, very much a straight woman. So I go, I just have to worry about other good. Well, I say other. have to worry about good-looking roosters
Yeah.
come sniffing around.
Yeah.
But with Miley, you've got to
Both.
worry about both. So you've got, you're trying to have a fight with Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield in a phone booth. You're never going to win.
Yeah, it is a bit unfair. She's like, and that's good on her. She's bi, or what's the pansexual, whatever it is. She doesn't say gender, or whatever it is. But it's
I
like,
don't know, Kizza.
well, fuck, I'm fighting it from both fronts here. I can't. If he said that, it'd be like, no, it doesn't work for you.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I think he just seems so lovely and nice, and it's always...
I just love that people get behind him because he's Australian, and they instantly think that she's broken his heart, and then she's a bitch.
He might have punted her.
Yeah, he might have found... When they broke up years ago, like long time before, he was very quick to find a beautiful Spanish model. So let's not be too upset for him.
Mate, have you seen him?
Yeah, he's phenomenal.
They're like first team all hotties.
Maybe the unknown brother might be like, oh, you want to hang out sometime then? No.
Sorry, bro.
Sorry, bro. I got chicks
Call
to
my
fuck.
agent. I'm actually not taking questions at the moment.
That guy... Put on your family. Ask me at Christmas.
Yeah, sorry, who is this? And he tries to call him back. Your call could not be connected. Damn, he's blocked me.
I can see you down on the beach. I'm waving at you.
What about that? He's like looking and he calls him and he can hear cuckoo, cuckoo.
Yeah.
And then like looks down at his brother and his brother like pulls his phone out of his pocket, looks and goes, oh fuck, and just puts it back in. Or like declines. Or like sends back one of those
Rough.
sorry, can't talk right now. Like the automatic, just quick draw messages. Could you imagine?
Poor bastard.
I want to talk to you briefly. With this Jeffrey Epstein stuff.
Yeah, fill me in on that because
Yeah.
I one of those things you follow it on the peripheries and you sort of, I know he's a big deal and then he's done something very, very bad and then he was like put on suicide watch and then taken off and then mysteriously found dead.
So
who is he?
we don't know.
We don't know who he is.
Okay, so he's a billionaire.
So he's just a rich guy.
Really rich guy, billionaire.
So the only thing I've heard is he parties with a lot of influential people and knows a lot of stuff.
Yeah, businessman, billionaire, super, super rich, lived in one of the most expensive places in Manhattan.
That's rich then.
Like $100 million apartment. He was like a right-hand man for the guy who owned Victoria's Secret.
Okay.
All this sort of stuff.
So a lot of fingers in different businesses and...
Yes, and other cavities.
Oh, okay.
He had relationships with the Clintons. He had relationships with
Trump as well?
With Trump, but then he had a big falling out with Trump because Trump shafted him on a deal and bought some big fancy place in Florida that this guy wanted, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Okay, I've seen... They're the bits I've seen on online and that sort of thing.
So originally, he was a maths guy, a maths teacher from some university, a wizard. And then he got being involved into the stock market and running all that sort of stuff. And then all of a sudden he's worth $1 billion. So there's some questions around like where he got his money from, and they're wondering. There's whispers, and it's it's sort of in the vein of conspiracy sort of stuff, but a lot of things that had been said years ago, where everyone's like, "Oh, that's a conspiracy," have been proven now.
Okay.
So
long story short, he's just a businessman.
A businessman?
Whether it's legit or not, he's very, very rich.
Very wealthy,
influential.
very influential.
Yeah, okay.
So for years and years, there was these rumours that he had a private island. And he would fly all these businessmen out, these politicians, Clintons, etc., etc.
Host them all.
And they'd have all these mad orgy parties with underage girls.
Oh, for real?
Like young girls, 14, 13, 15.
Is that out in the ether or we've just made that up?
That's
the story.
That's properly out there. So he got... that had been out for ages and ages and ages. And that was a conspiracy, right? So anyway, he was arrested on exactly that.
Oh, okay. So that's why he's away.
Looking at sex trafficking of underage girls, child pornography, blah, 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 blah. He was going to go away for a long, long time.
Yeah, right.
So he did have an island. He legitimately had an island, and...
So it's not... That conspiracy is actually not to... He's been done for that, he has an island.
Yep.
Okay,
and he had apparently hard drives filled with all these videos of things and blah, 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 blah. So... as I said, he had all these things where the rumors were that the Clintons, like Bill Clinton and all these guys, would go and they'd party and he'd fly these people out there, and it was proven that Clinton used his private jet to go places and all this sort of stuff.
So that's where that little tidbit that I heard is that he knows, maybe not in that same vein, but he might have damning evidence like that he's used cocaine or something. Well, really
apparently
bad
there was cameras everywhere.
Oh, okay.
So the theory is that he has video footage of everything.
Jesus.
So a lot of people could really have gone down with all the arrests,
Okay.
and he could have squealed.
So it's no surprise now. This all comes out and he's found dead.
Yes. Okay. So he was arrested. He was put into a supermax security prison in the States. On 24-hour-a-day suicide watch, which that's not just someone looking at a monitor. That is someone 24 hours a day looking at a monitor of his cell. There's motion sensor cameras there. There's cameras in there that judge body.
Nigh on impossible to harm yourself.
Pretty much, yeah. There's cameras in there that judge like body temperature to make sure things.
Wow.
Yeah, it's insane. So
he's on that, and then he was let off that. From what I heard, is that right? He's like they watched him, and then 20 days later he's off it.
No, so he was on it. Never off it. Made an attempt, which was a bit sus. Didn't die. Still on it. Oh, we'll take him off it. An hour later, or whatever it was, might have been a bit more. Dead.
For real?
Yep.
Wow.
And people, as soon as you got arrested, all these people that, like, everyone would say, the mainstream media would say, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
They're going...
Yeah, but that's different to, like, who was on the grassy knoll, as opposed to, like, he's proven that he knows a lot of stuff, and then he's mysteriously on suicide watch and then let off it, and then an hour later he's dead.
But there's an easy way to say... Or, he was sprung, so he was just disgusted in himself, so he's committed suicide. So there's definitely like the other thing you could say.
Yeah.
But when everyone had been saying for years and years, this is what's been happening, all of a sudden he gets arrested for it. It's been found out. Okay, we found footage of things, blah, blah, blah. There's certain very, very powerful people's names getting thrown around, and then all of a sudden he's no longer. And some of the theories were that he got his money because he was Jewish and apparently had some relationships with the Israeli government. So they're sort of saying that they reckon that
this guy doesn't mess around.
He got a lot of money from potentially the Israeli government. He was a spy, maybe, by having the best way to be influential with very powerful men is having extremely attractive women.
Yeah.
And you get one of them on camera.
Yeah.
You own them.
You own them. And the quickest way, if someone owns you like that, to stop it is to get rid of them.
Yeah, exactly. So it's crazy.
So this is one of those things that I bet we'll start hearing.
I don't think you will.
No, like little theories or maybe tidbits come out. Okay.
Yep. So it's crazy. It's properly
that's hectic.
It's properly crazy. Like as I said, it's for years and years people had been sort of talking about him like been having these parties, these sex orgy parties and all this sort of stuff, and people will, oh, it's rubbish. That's you're a conspiracy guy. Okay, you're loopy, blah blah blah.
And then he gets arrested for something very similar.
Mate, look, like watch some like docos and stuff on YouTube about it, and kind of.
Oh, mate, last time you recommended what was it, Robert Lazar one?
Oh, you did the wrong order. You did the wrong order.
No, I did. I should have listened to Rogan.
You fucked up, bro. You should listen to me.
But I think it's Lawrence Mooney had a really good question
about Mooney.
I love him.
Why don't you marry him?
Maybe. That he I think it was him who was saying, if someone brought up a topic like, imagine if that got found out or whatever they were talking about, what would that footage be worth and how many views would it get? Can you imagine in this day and age of viral videos? Like we look at that, say for instance, that Conor McGregor one, he caught on footage punching someone. That's a big viral video right now.
Yeah.
But can you imagine if a video come out of a hugely powerful, say a Trump or a Clinton or just someone so powerful in the world, and there's video footage of them doing something really explicit? Like,
well, look at the crossover, right? Talking about people super powerful. Look at when the Clinton and Lewinsky scandal happened, right? That was kind of the crossover between 24-hour news cycle and a big deal happening, and then all of a sudden it's in the media, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Look at how that initially started. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. And how that was they were handling that the old school way, but in a new school world, which they were sprung. They were just a little bit behind the times. That's why it came out. So you got to see a little sneak peek behind the curtain of how
now they've adjusted to the new ways. Yes. You don't get that look anymore. Yeah. Yeah, because I just couldn't imagine if you just sat at home. It's kind of like shocking, like the stabbing this week in Sydney, or when that footage pops up of him on a bonnet of a car saying "shoot me," and then people around, or like the Lint Cafe stuff. We sit there glued, like you can't not look away. Like, and imagine if then a video come out of someone so like super explicit, like. News outlets would pay I think hundreds of millions of dollars to get it, the rights of it. Like
big dough.
The world we live in, if you had a big name politician or businessman doing something so awful.
Well, remember when James Packer and Gingell had that fight at Bondi?
Yeah.
So
that's massive.
We obviously I won't say names. We know the person who took those photos.
Oh, really?
Yes. And they were there waiting because it was around the time that Miranda Kerr and James Packer weren't having a relationship. Yeah. Hello.
How does that happen? Anyway.
Money. It's called when you
I know.
When you got $6 billion.
But she's rich too. Fuck Miranda.
Yeah, she's worth what, 20 mil?
Yeah, I know.
Kizza. He's worth $6 billion.
I'm just really disappointed.
He could buy and sell her so many times.
Well, this is what this guy's alleged to have
done.
Yeah,
I know, exactly. I shouldn't make jokes about that. I retract that whole statement.
Just do what they do on the radio. Just throw an allegedly in there, and you
allegedly by her.
Our lawyers said that's fine.
Yeah, allegedly. But anyway, so he was waiting there for. He thought, I might get some shots for. It was a pap. I thought I might get some shots.
I do remember that. Yeah,
of Miranda,
just something
blah,
very
blah.
innocent. Her walking in the house.
Exactly. Yeah. Anyway, so he's waiting there. He sees this guy who's in some normal clothes, sort of just wandering around. All of a sudden, this limo comes around the corner. Packer jumps out, looking like just a grub, and all of a sudden they're fucking punching on. They're fucking into it.
He would have been like, no way,
yeah, and he got the photos.
Wow.
I think he might have sold those for about $200,000.
Yeah,
that's Australian media.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep, $200K.
I don't know who the American version would be. Say. Oh, no, Murdoch. I know he's Australian, but
would be like Lachlan Murdoch, punching on with an owner of a big corporation,
so big corporation, or if you took a Piers Morgan in England and another big influential person.
Well, Gingell was a CEO.
Imagine Boris Johnson.
Gingell was the CEO of Nine.
Yeah, no, I know, but just making a bigger scale. But say Boris Johnson, the new Prime Minister.
Yeah, sure.
And Piers Morgan, because he
sure.
runs his mouth. Imagine if they were
That'd
punching
be a great fight.
It would be. I think Piers would have him.
Do you reckon? I reckon Boris would have him.
Yeah, he's a dense fucking thing, isn't he? And he's a doughy thing.
You're not going to knock him out.
Yeah.
It'd be like punching a staffy.
My sister-in-law, she's just become an Australian citizen, actually. She's just mortified everywhere she turns, her English, homeland.
Yeah.
She got Boris Johnson, she comes here, got Scott Morrison, and she looks to our other allies, Donald Trump. It's like, oh my God.
But when are these people going to realise? When are they going to realise?
Who?
The people.
Oh, yeah.
The pollsters, the people.
Yeah.
It's just people going, I'm fucking sick of getting told what to do.
Yeah. Well, then you look at Hanson, things like that, Brexit, they're just an alternative to...
They're just sick of it, man.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Australia, there's a lot on the East Coast. There's a lot of the country left. America, there's a lot East and West, but there's a whole big centre of the country.
Well, I think that's what people said. That's what I don't get with Trump now. It's like, people are like, oh, this idiot. And he's a buffoon most of the time, but at the same time, he was... fair. Oh, okay, no. Maybe not fairly if you look at the conspiracies of vote tampering and things like that, but he was he won, for all intents and purposes, he won because he got votes.
Yes.
And so it wasn't like she won, he didn't get one single vote, if the way we carry on now. And I don't support him in any way, shape or form.
He beat their system.
Yeah, but he appealed to the people who, fuck this, I'm sick of people like the Clintons and stuff. Yeah. He appealed to that middle people that have forgotten.
Yeah, he got the electoral college.
Yeah, and he won.
Yeah.
And it's despite... that's what people I love to sit and bag him, and I love all the late night hosts picking on him. He just gives so much content. Yeah. He's just a dick.
He also doesn't give a fuck.
No, he doesn't at all. And that's, I think, part of his charm for those people, like Republicans and the people in the middle. But at the end of the day, he ran, and he's officially the president of the United States. So there's something... People... love to look at him and bag him, which is fine. But if he like a reality TV businessman is your president, there's something so intrinsically wrong with either the majority of your system or the majority of your country. There's something up that he was even close to winning, and he ended up winning.
Well, can I say the mainstream media live in LA, New York, mainly New York, where it's typically a lot more liberal. So they're going to do their polls, and you're going to get a lot more liberal kind of voices.
We saw that with our polls, didn't we? They 100%. Got that massively wrong.
Completely wrong. Yeah. And also, as I said, like we were talking before the podcast, and we were talking about people are going to have a bit of a chuckle to things when they're in their car by themselves that are a lot more risque than not. You know what I mean? Or when someone's listening, sort of thing.
Edgier jokes.
Yeah. When no one's listening, they're going to have a giggle. And the thing that with Trump is the people who voted for him weren't being served by the system that was telling them what they should and shouldn't be doing. And these are people that were living in near on fucking poverty, trying to make ends meet, while the people in the system who were serving the people
getting richer and
richer.
And they feel forgotten.
What Trump has done, and look, I don't agree with 99% of what he says. I think he's an absolute fucking maniac.
Maniac's a great word.
But what he has done is their economy's phenomenal. People,
it hurts people to say it, but
does.
Apparently
it kills them.
And a lot of people though, no, but it was all put in place before him. That's fine too, but it's still on the up with him, so he's doing something. As much as that burns me to say it, but if you listen to the right people or listen to different people, even people that hate him, they all go, yeah, but the jobs and economy is actually heading upwards. Like
he'll win another term.
Which is scary.
I'm telling you right now.
Oh, that's what I do. I just can't get my head around that.
People can pay for school. People can pay for their food for their children now. Not just the 50, 60, 70 million who live in those cities that are going to be all right anyway, but the other 300 million people that are fucking struggling trying to dig holes in the earth.
And even if he's not genuine, he probably isn't, but he's found a hole and gone,
he gets it.
Bingo.
He gets
you guys are just the rich are getting rich, and he is that guy. He's the rich getting richer, but
also
I've found a loophole here. I've found some people that are going to get me in.
Also, right, when Obama got into office, he had a net worth of about $1 million, which is nothing. You and I have a net worth of about $1 million.
Do we?
Of course we do. We own property and all this. Yeah, it's not hard to have a net worth of $1 million.
I've got an iPhone 10.
Well, you're 1.1. So
no, I cracked the screen.
So it's not. But no, it's not hard. He had a salary of $400,000.
Yeah, it's not much in the scheme.
It's fuck all. Do you know what his net worth now is?
No.
It's like $10 or $15 million.
Yeah, right.
So tell me how a guy who came in with about $1 million net worth, he served 8 years on $400,000 a year, now has a net worth 10 to 15. And people go, oh, but he has speaking engagements, he does this, he does that. Yeah, okay, so he has speaking engagements with who? All these big corporate fat cats that he says that he was against.
Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah,
it kind of, to me, I go, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. I mean, it depends on how much he gets for, his book, and they all write the books and blah, blah, blah. But I get it. But that's the thing we've said a million times, we think Trump is a maniac. We don't really support anything about him or what he's about or what he stands for. And I didn't even like him before this. I just thought he was a bit of an idiot. But
I just don't support any of them.
But
both sides.
Exactly, yeah. But the thing is, they're missing the whole point. They love all the and I chuckle at John Oliver and all these people that come on and Trevor Noah, and they love picking on him. He gives them so much ammo, but at the same time, no.
Well, he's an easy target.
You're an easy target, but you're missing the whole point. The reason you're talking about him is because he's the president of the United States. Yep. He's the president of the United States because he won an election. Now people will come at us then in DMs and say, yeah, but it was rigged or Russians or whatever. But at the same time, it doesn't matter. Yep. There was still a good load of people that voted for him, and so there's your problem. There's your issue. It's not your president. He's a maniac. He's in charge. You can't change that.
The worst thing,
it's the people that voted for him. There were people that enough voted for him and felt, this guy's an absolute moron, but I'm going to vote for him.
The worst thing that the Liberal Party and whatnot, the Democrats, I should say, are doing over there is they keep focusing on him and keep trying to, and even the more liberal news outlets are focus, trying to bring it in.
You know what they should be doing?
They should shut the fuck up
and big up their own guy that's going to run next.
They should basically
next year or whatever it is.
Yep. They should basically stop
hammering
any kind of press on him. To be honest, don't really just let him disappear off into the ether.
Yeah.
And then just big up their own.
And he will defeat himself with some of the things he says and does.
Yep.
But they should be finding their guy, pinning their hopes on their guy, and then pushing him as hard as they can. And forgetting he exists.
Who's their guy? Sanders,
but he's like 96 years old.
I think he's actually a mummy.
A what? Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought there was like a weird fetish. He's like, I was like, where are we going? Is he part of that?
I think he's a MILF.
I think is he part of the influential thing? Influential people that Epstein's after?
It's like, geez, they're just digging their hole again because I know, that's the whole reason Trump got in the first place. It was that whole kind of like vote of going, you're not telling me what to do. You haven't served me for years and years and years. We need to put food on the table. And look, he's
remember that he had a quote about, if I walk down Fifth Avenue and shot someone dead.
Yeah.
Well, I forget how it
went.
went.
My approval rating would go up.
Something like that, or I wouldn't get convicted or something like that. And it's almost
so
like,
popular.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh Jesus, this guy's like a psycho, but he's
just clever.
He's clever, and
he's super
manipulated
clever.
the system. You have to give him that. I mean, he has. As a businessman, he's a bit up and down. He's got a bit of a history with good things and bad. But
yeah.
See what happens with when we do pods on Friday nights and have some beers.
Yeah, I know. Jeez,
it's very political.
It's so random. Well, I was going to say, he's been involved in that system though for so long, where politicians have lent on him. Hey, give us a donation. Give us this. Give us that. Where he knows the system.
Oh, he's got favours handed back to him left, right, and centre. Yeah,
he knows the system back to front. So, as if he's not just going to come on the scene and just roast people and, I
love how he sits in bed and just, uses Twitter. I'm like, you are a maniac. Like, what
he's a maniac.
Politician, everyone else has to get up and go see the waiting, fleet of reporters and things. He just sits in bed
bans them.
And tweets. No. Apparently he doesn't start.
I'm not doing it.
They said you have to be here by 10 each day. Please,
10.
10. And then, the President of the United States,
starting
leader of the free world, as they say. And then I remember hearing, and this is from their side. This isn't the other saying about him, but they were bargaining with him. No, please, you have to at least turn up at 10. Can we have your start at 10?
Unreal.
And it's you serious? Obama would have been doing sit-ups at 6 a.m. and ready to go.
Ready to rock.
Let's take on the world. What can we do? Let's make change. And it's fuck you, psycho.
Yep. So I think Obama, I genuinely think Obama was a pretty good dude.
Oh, yeah.
I think he had family man, just generally wanted to do the right thing.
Obamacare, he wanted to help the common man and that as well, but... Yeah, I don't know enough about it. I just know that he's a megalomaniac and just a... He's
a dinosaur?
Velociraptor. Do we just become best friends?
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out. That's another one, Kizzasaurus. Like, subscribe, follow, leave a comment, leave a review. 5 stars or fuck off.
You know the rules.
You know the rules. Thanks again for listening. Kizza, do you have any messages? Any public service announcements? Any news to share? Pregnant?
No news. Not pregnant.
Okay. Spewing.
But a really good show that I liked last year called Succession. Season 2 started on Monday.
Succession.
It's very good. It's very... what's the one you were watching with Russell Crowe? Ailes or something?
Yeah.
So it's based on a family that owns a multimedia conglomerate, and he essentially he's Murdoch.
Yep.
And that's kind of loosely based on, I guess. And then he's on the way out. So in the first season, he got sick, and all his kids, he saw their true colours trying to clamour to take over.
Yep.
And then he got better. Yep. And his kids are kind of fuck ups as well.
Yep.
Very kind of good business people, but very big fuck ups and a lot of issues. And it was very, very good. One of the best, universally, a lot of critics said best show of last year. And it just started back second season on Monday. So I'm going to wait a few weeks to...
Well... I started watching your show you mentioned the other week where the mum kind of runs the thing and...
Oh, Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, watched 3/4, bounced.
Yeah.
Too cheesy.
I get. Yeah, it is. It's gotten a lot better, but like I said, it's one of those shows. I throw it on. There's a silly bank robbery and like a cool Point Break surfing scene.
It's like a poor man's Fast and Furious with BMX bandits.
Yeah, kind of thing. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But I just throw it on and just play on my phone or whatever. But then I started to really not get into it, but I like understood it, and then I kind of see where it wanted to go.
It's easy to watch.
Yeah, massively.
But I was just sitting there going, hang on, what's the mum like? What? Who's?
Yeah. She's like she has this weird hold on them, but
weird relationships.
Yeah,
like weird.
That's why I was saying
incestuous
it
type
was based on the Australian Animal Kingdom, which is one of the, like amazing film, but it's very dark and like indie.
Yeah.
And the mum in that, so it's based on real. I forget their names, but the real killers and bank robbers and murderers. I think it's in Sydney or Melbourne, but they were all a bit like a bit backward, like they're uneducated. They got like the mind of like a 10-year-old, and that's why they're in the crime world. But the mum had this sort of this weird incestuous like hold over them.
Yeah, okay.
And yeah, it's based on that kind of it's a little bit based on obviously based on the Animal Kingdom movie, but there's also another Australian story which it's based on where the mum, I think they're the Pettigrews or something. They what they did was the cops.
Is it like Pettingills or something?
Something like that. Yeah. There's a lot of Channel 9 or 9:30 runs stories on them. They lured a cop. It's fucking chilling when they reenact it. They lure a cop and say a car's been stolen, dumped.
That was in Melbourne.
Yeah, and dumped in the middle of the road. And two just patrol officers come up and go, some kids have fucking stolen this thing. So they go up to it, torches on, and then they jump out of the bushes and kill them. Blast them. It's fucking chilling when you watch the reenactment. But it's that family, I'm pretty sure, and it's based on. But the mum has this weird, just
a good wholesome Australian family.
She has this weird hold on them because they're like sort of super uneducated and kind of like backward a bit, and so she controls them, and that's kind of what happens in this TV show. Is she looks after them, but it's okay. I haven't watched it for a little bit. There's a new season out, but it's just good. We just throw it on and. Just trash TV, really. So, but Succession, I'd rate. That's right. That's a really good show. Yeah, it's very, very good.
Well, trash TV for a trash podcast.
Hey, I liked it.
See you next week, y'all.
Bye.
See ya.